Good afternoon, everybody. Tony Mogritelli here, Chairman at ICPA. Welcome to another one of my In Practice blogs. This afternoon, I'm going to be looking at things that make us either want to laugh or cry. Well, here we are in August 15, and what is it recently that's been going on that's making us want to cry? Well, here we are, as I say, in mid-August 15. We've just gone by the annual P11D filing deadline. And what's the first thing we hear? Well, HMRC apologising for incorrect penalty warning letters. You can't make this up. I mean, it seems every deadline, anything that passes, HMRC are apologising. I will read exactly what they said because it might make you want to smile. It said their letter states, "We have recently identified an internal processing problem with these penalty warning letters, which has impacted on a number of employers. We apologise for any inconvenience this has caused. We are working tirelessly to resolve the problem and to capture these forms as quickly as possible." But they then add they do believe that the majority of the penalty warning letters have actually been issued correctly. Oh, the majority, but not all of them. But sometimes one literally does have to just shake your head and smile, or you start crying at listening to all this stuff. If you're going to send out a warning letter or a penalty letter, the minimum you'd expect is that it's correct, isn't it? Under the issues that would make you cry section of this presentation, let me draw your attention to a section on our website called HMRC Watch. This we introduced because, well, with the death of Working Together as we know it to be replaced by Working Together Light, or as they seem to call it, Working Together 2, which is, from what I can see, nothing more than a PR exercise and lots of webinars. We needed somewhere where actually people could tell us real problems and things that were going on that really needed looking at. If you go onto our website, www.icpa.org.uk, look at HMRC Watch and you'll see real stories by real accountants of real things that are happening day in, day out. I just want to mention one that came to us the other day, which you'll find up on the website there. And this is a situation of an accountant submitting his payroll quite cheerfully, quite happily. Out comes an incorrect penalty warning for a couple of months. The accountant then quite clearly states, it says on the letter, to how to appeal against the penalty, send your written appeal to the address detailed on this letter, etc., etc., which he duly did. Sat down and carried on with the rest of his life and his work. After a few weeks, back came the entire package, simply marked gone away, return to sender. So in the time it's taken for them to send out the penalty notice, the address that he sent it to, HMRC have moved, and that's the best they can do. Gone away, return to sender. As I say, I keep saying this, sometimes you just can't make this up. It's up on HMRC Watch. Please take a moment, go and have a look, and you will see, as I say, real things happening to real clients, real taxpayers, and not the PR exercise that HMRC are putting out and about these days. Now, it's not all doom and gloom out there. It's not all angst with HMRC. Sometimes things do happen that are funny, and there is a lighter side to being an accountant. Honest, I've been doing it a long time now. We're running a thing at the moment called our funny section, whereby we're asking accountants to send us in stories of things that really did happen at a HMRC investigation meeting. As you know, some strange things do happen. I'll just recount one. This was a situation where cash business to do with the pub and HMRC were sitting there going through their normal range of questions, trying to establish how good the records were, etc., etc. At one point, they turned around to the client and asked him quite simply, "How many staff have you got?" At that point, he says the client's seemed totally incapable of answering the question. Beads of sweat appeared on his forehead and nothing came from his lips for a while. HMRC, scenting blood, I suppose is the term, leant forward. "Come on, how many staff have you got?" The fact that he had 5 members of staff, the accountant, the wife, under the table was opening and closing her hands. 5, giving him an indication. Nothing. She did it again. Nothing. Apparently she kicked him under the table, did it again. Nothing. Suddenly, out of the blue, this silence was punctuated by the client suddenly blurting out 15. Well, you can imagine what was the outcome of that. And the accountant ends the story by saying, as they went out of the tax office where they'd actually had the meeting rather than the accountant's office, as they went out of the tax office, the client walked through the door, was shaking his head, saying to the accountant, I just don't know where that came from. I really don't. At which point his wife smacked him about the back of the head with her handbag and simply shouted at him, 15. What more can I say? But if you do have some funny stories that went on in a tax investigation, please send them in to us. We're going to be holding, we've got our conference coming up on the 24th September in Daventry in the Midlands. So do come along if you can. Book up for that. There's a few places available. But if you can, we're going to be announcing the winner at that conference. There's I think £100 prize available to you or to a charity of your choice, and we're going to be giving away some free books to runners up, etc. So if you've got a funny story that happened, please send it in to tony@icpa.org.uk or admin@icpa. Go on the website and just find an email, but admin@icpa.org.uk will get here, and tell us the funny things that happened to you.